Alrighty, guys, well, we finally know what the mysterious James Gunn follow-up movie to Superman is going to be. And no, just like he confirmed, it is not World's Finest. No, it is not Superman 2. Although, I kind of have my doubts. We'll talk about that in just a second. It is a movie called Man of Tomorrow. And it has official release dates and a lot of other details that we can talk about here on this segment. So, we have our latest DCU movie. It looks like this is going to be the official fourth movie in the DCU. It looks like we're going to be getting Superman in 2025. We're going to be getting Supergirl 2026, and then Clayface in 2026, and then I almost said Superman 2, Man of Tomorrow in 2027. We'll talk about all the details right here. This is an official announcement, by the way. This is coming from James Gunn himself, so this is not any scoop or leak or anything like that. This is all official news. Man of Tomorrow. So let's dive into some of the details here. And before we get into that, just to give some context and provide some color as to what this announcement is talking about, James Gunn, we've done a lot of segments on this YouTube channel about this. He has been hinting at this project. He said he's been pre-writing it, then he's been writing it, it's gotten its treatment, and now he is finally entering pre-production for this film, which is called Man of Tomorrow. And, he hinted before that it's not going to be Superman 2, like we talked about. It's not going to be World's Finest with Batman and Superman. And it's not going to be Superman 2, but Superman is going to have a very big role in it. And then David Zaslav called it a part of the Super Family. So we wondered, is this film going to be called Super Family? Is it going to be Superman and Supergirl? Still possible, by the way, that Supergirl has a big role in this movie as well. But it's very interesting, and it's also going to be the second of 4 movies in what James Gunn is calling his Superman saga. But again, not Superman 2. So this film officially is going to be coming out on July 9th, 2027. Now, some of the sources are saying that it's going to be called Superman : Man of Tomorrow, and others are just calling it Man of Tomorrow. I actually don't know. Let me know in the comments. Are there official sources that call it Man of Tomorrow or Superman Man of Tomorrow? Because if it's called Superman Man of Tomorrow, that lends credence to something else, or just my general thoughts about the movie, that while James Gunn can insist it's not Superman 2, and we won't ever know before the movie comes out what it really is about, because for all we know, it's called Man of Tomorrow, but it's about Brainiac or something like that, which again, it's still kind of a Superman sequel, but he keeps insisting it's not Superman 2, so I don't know if it's going to be called Superman Man of Tomorrow, just like how I don't know if it's going to be called Batman Brave and the Bold, or if it's just going to be called Man of Tomorrow. Regardless, this movie is going to be coming out July 9th, 2027. And I'm going to read from a Variety article here. He says, quote, "In his announcement, Gunn included a comic book image of Superman standing next to Lex Luthor in his war suit, a pretty clear signal that the sequel will continue to focus on Luthor's antipathy to the Man of Steel. In the DC Comics, Luthor, played by Nicholas Hoult, creates the suit in order to match Superman's strength and abilities. It seems that after the failure of his plan to use a clone of Superman to defeat him in Gunn's first film, Luthor has decided that he needs to cut out the middleman and get the job done himself." And so that's what the project seems like it's going to be. It's going to be Superman and Lex Luthor in the war suit, which again, and this is all very, very early. Again, though, makes me question, why isn't this Superman 2? What's the reason for that? James Gunn keeps saying, and he reiterated on a social media post, no, this is not Superman 2. So he's still insisting that, and for whatever reason, he wrote the movie, he wrote the script. So for whatever the case may be, he seems to think that there's a very good reason as to why this is not Superman 2. I don't know what that could be. It's Superman, it's Lex Luthor. Another interesting nugget here is that Isabella Merced, who played Hawkgirl, part of the Justice Gang, also confirmed on social media that she would be coming back as Hawkgirl in Man of Tomorrow. So if it's gonna be basically pseudo-Superman sequel, I don't understand why we're not calling it that. Regardless, this film is coming out in 2027, and it has been confirmed by James Gunn. I cynically say that this universe so far has been the James Gunn cinematic universe, and it looks like it will continue to be so, because it seems like the operating procedure for the time being is that James Gunn will just crank out projects that he wants to make, and obviously he's not going to veto his own projects, which again is a good or a bad thing depending on who you are. Cynical kind of point of view, but still, he's going to keep making these projects that he wants to make, and in the meantime, he's just going to wait for other scripts that he likes. And so if that means Clayface, if that means Supergirl, then those are the movies coming up. If that means Authority and Waller and Paradise Lost and all these other scripts have to wait behind Man of Tomorrow, because again, this came out of nowhere, right? Because none of the reports and trades and things like that had this in the announcements when James Gunn was announcing Booster Gold and The Authority and Swamp Thing. Those were the originally scheduled films to be kind of first up in the DCU. And lo and behold, James Gunn is pivoting because of the scripts and because he decided to write a sequel. So again, you can do what you want as the co-CEO of DC. I'm not saying anything either way, but here we are. Man of Tomorrow, Superman 2, coming out on July 9th, 2027. Guys, what do you think of this official announcement that we are getting the follow-up, I'm not going to say sequel to Superman, and it's going to be called Man of Tomorrow, and it's going to be released in July 2027. It's going to be the second film in the Superman saga. Let me know in the comments down below.